This story is about a brave little girl who lived a long time ago. Her name was Maria, and she loved to read stories and write her own stories. She was a happy little girl, but she didn't like unfair rules. Maria lived in the olden days when there weren't many books for children. Stories like Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, all the books by Enid Blyton, and Disney stories like Frozen had yet to be written. Maria had read her book of fairy tales over and over again. If only there were more stories to read, she sighed loudly. Richard and Elizabeth, who were Maria's older brother and sister, nodded sadly. Maria kept wishing for more books until an exciting idea came to her. I know what I can do, she told Richard and Elizabeth. I enjoy writing, so I'll write my own stories for you and all our family and friends. Maria started her first story immediately. I think Maria was a bit like you. Nana Helen and Grandpa John love to read the stories you write. It's very exciting for us when the postman leaves a letter in our box addressed to Nana and Grandpa. Yesterday our postman didn't put your letters in our box. With a huge smile on his face, he handed them to us personally, and he said, "Are you Nana and Grandpa?" I knew before I even looked at them that the letters were from you. Like the people who read Maria's stories, we never know what will happen next in your letters and interesting stories. We love reading every single one. Maria was a very clever little girl who tried hard at everything she wanted to do, so her stories were amazing like yours. Her friends and cousins waited eagerly for her next tale, and their mummies and daddies did too. When Maria had plenty of ideas and was never afraid to try something different. When she grew up, she did some very unusual things that no other girl or lady had ever done before. Maria changed some rules, especially those to do with girls, and Maria became famous. If you read this story about Maria, you will find out how brave this little girl grew up in a time when girls were not allowed to do many things that boys were allowed to do. Maria tried hard to change that rule, and she did. Amongst many clever things, she courageously became the first lady to ever work as a reporter in a newspaper office. She was only a young girl then too. This shocked many people, and some of the men reporters didn't like it. Maria didn't care, and she didn't let anyone anywhere stop her. Maria also very bravely became the first woman teacher in an English boys' public school. This shocked even more people. Newspapers all over England wrote about the amazing things she was doing. The stories spread to the rest of the world, including Australia. The boys' school where Maria taught was a famous one called Rugby, and it was strictly a boarding school for boys. Before Maria came, only men teachers had taught there. This school invented the game of football called rugby. Because of what Maria did, other schools copied rugby. Maria must have felt very proud. I wonder what it feels like to be the first person in the world to do something which changes the world forever.